Hello YouTube, this is Trevor. I'm a real estate agent up here in Ogden. This will be my first video for my channel. Just gonna go on a little hike, dock, see what you guys think. We're gonna go up there-ish. Anyways, yeah, just getting on. Hopefully with this channel I can answer your questions about, you know, what it's like to live in Ogden. What kind of it to expect. Hopefully you guys leave comments so I can answer your questions, and you know, just put your opinion, what you think about Ogden. I know a lot of people hate it, some people love it, but yeah, just feel free to comment, just be respectful. But yeah, starting off, you know, this is almost North Ogden. You know, that way you guys can see way over there is North Ogden. This is kind of the central part of Ogden back here. Way out there you have West Ogden, and we're not going to be able to see South Ogden from here. Yeah, I mean, I was born and raised here in Ogden. I like it. This guy's getting bad. You know, I personally don't think I would live in North or West Ogden, but I know a lot of people like it in both of those areas. South Ogden and North Ogden are pretty, they're definitely more expensive than Ogden, and also the central Ogden area. Ooh. As you can see, it's the I believe it's the 6th of July, so it's pretty hot. It's pretty dry here. This summer had actually a lot of moisture, I think more than normal. Don't quote me on it, I'm not a weatherman, but kind of underestimated climbing up this hill. Now maybe I'll get in shape doing these. But anyways, yeah, like I said, Ogden's kind of a diverse place to live. You know, if you have time, you can go. There's trails. There's a lot of people go biking here. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, it's just a fun little trail to go climb on. You know, kind of get away from everyone. If you go in hotter times, like myself, you know, you don't get so many people. It's kind of a nice time to get away from everything. Just up here, there's a trail up to a waterfall that comes out in the spring. You know, there's a couple waterfalls here on these eastern mountain ranges here in Ogden. And then you know, we're a short drive from Pineview Reservoir over there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Well, the Great Salt Lake's way down there in that horizon. And then over here, kind of by the point of North Ogden, there's Willard Bay. It's a nice little water park as well. Man-made reservoir as well. You know, there's good fishing here. Ogden River, Weber River, Pineview. I mean, and if you don't like what Ogden has, we're pretty close to the Salt Lake area. You know, about a 45-minute drive, depending on traffic. You know, some people, they'll commute to Salt Lake, you know, to get a little extra money, get a little better salary, and live kind of here in Ogden, where it's a little cheaper let's say. I know people, you get in these comment sections of any of these real estate agents websites and their TikToks especially, and they'll be showing a $350,000 home, and everyone will be, you know, kind of wetting their beds about it, saying, oh, that's too expensive. But I mean I think that's everywhere right now. Pretty much there's a couple places in the nation that are still cheap, I think, but most everywhere is kind of, you know, it's unaffordability with the interest rates and the high home prices. Kind of made it, you know, kind of made it tight on everyone, I think, giving a good pinch. But you know, I think to everyone it kind of depends when you want to move. And I mean, the typical real estate agent thing to say is, some rocks here, is that it's always a good time. That's the kind of cliche thing. You ask an agent if it's a good time to move, and they'll always say yes. That's what people think, whether it's a good or bad time. And it's true. Agents do say that. And I think it's technically true in the context of if your agent knows what's going on in the market and how to take the best advantage of it, then it is a good time to move. And that does make that statement always true. But I won't say that all agents necessarily know, you know, when it's actually a good time to move into to make the move. And you know, I think in general the majority of agents actually are pretty good and do what's best for their clients. I think there's just a small group of bad apples that kind of give a bad rep to the majority of us, and it is unfortunate. But I think they do get weeded out on their own just through the market and bad recommendations and just word of mouth. I think it catches up to them, you know, in the long run, or they just burn themselves out. 'Cause I mean, if you're not treating your customers right, you're not going to get referrals, you're not going to get repeat business, and you're going to have to always just be 24/7 prospecting, calling, knocking doors. Just kind of the typical high stress, I don't know, just pushy typical salespeople kind of thing. But yeah, if it is the right time for you, I mean, it just makes sense to get together and get all your stuff, talk with an agent, talk with myself. Feel free to reach out. My number is 801-644-2210. Me and my team would love to help get you into Ogden. And these videos will get better. I apologize, this is my first video. Hopefully I'll get it dialed in and not be breathing so hard in all of them. But yeah, just trying to think of questions people might have. What's there to do in Ogden? I mean, same as anywhere else. We have restaurants. Pretty much there's a bunch on 12th Street if you're in the central part of Ogden, which is where I'm from, which is kind of where I'm recording right now. 12th Street back there. Tons of restaurants there. 25th Street, there's a bunch. And then, you know, kind of on the outer stretches everywhere, there's something. I'm close to the highway, but those are kind of the go-tos. If you're in Ogden, if you're in South Ogden, there's kind of like a little pocket over by the hospital. Well, I guess that's technically not South Ogden, but over by the hospital, there's a couple places. By the University and Hospital. Up there on Harrison and like 31st Street, I want to say. Yeah, I mean, there are some clubs here in Ogden. I think most people in Ogden, if they want to go drinking or dancing or whatever, they usually end up going to Salt Lake or some Salt Lake adjacent town, you know, Layton. I think most people end up going to Salt Lake. It's just kind of bigger. But yeah, if not, there's 25th Street. There's a bunch of bars there, kind of by the old historical, by the train station. You know, yeah, I mean, get some of this. I mean, great views. I mean, obviously, if you're not familiar with this area, you know, we're kind of just surrounded by mountains, other than out there out west we have the Salt Lake, and you can really look, there's some smaller mountains out there, but yeah, it's a good place to live. You know, I was born and raised here. I've lived a couple other places, but not for very long. I speak English and Spanish. I mean, I don't want to make this about me, but yeah, I mean, leave your comments on what you think I should talk about, what I should show you guys. I mean, this is just a trail. There's Ben Lomond Peak up there. Supposedly that was named Ben Lomond by a by an Irish settler. Was it Irish? I think it was a Scotsman. I can't remember, but supposedly reminded him of a mountain back in his hometown of Scotland. I believe it was Scotland, because Ben Lomond were the fighting Scots. I guess we could talk about schools. I'm not gonna know all of them, but there's a Ogden High, Ben Lomond. I went to Ben Lomond. If you're from Ogden High, maybe don't subscribe to my channel. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, there's a little rivalry out here between Ogden and Ben Lomond. Basically over a football game called the Iron Horse. You know, it's been a long rivalry, but it's all fun and game, kids. If you guys are in high school getting in fights or trouble over that, that's a waste of time, guys. You'll end up going to work with these guys when you get older and find out they're just like you. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful place to live. I mean, I don't know really what else you could ask for. I mean, it's dry and hot. We have a decent winter. But if you're into doing outdoor activities, it's a good place to live. But I mean, you can lock yourself in the house and watch TikTok all day too. So I mean, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I service most of northern Utah. Weber and Davis County have been all the sales I've done so far, but obviously I can go further north and south. And then if it gets too far out, if there's something you're looking for is too far out for me, I'll just, I have good referral partners in Cache Valley. I went to college with a guy. If you look for anything in the Logan Cache Valley area, I'd probably just recommend you to him. And then if you're going real far into the Salt Lake territory, I also know a good fella that sells out that way, and he would be a great choice for you guys as well. But yeah, I mean, this is just a nice little look at everything. If you look over there, see if I can get this. man, it is sunny. I think I'll just flip it for you. Let me just flip it, hold on. So over there, probably tired of seeing my face anyways. Over there, that's the North Ogden Divide. That is, that'll take you over to Pineview Reservoir. Nice little lake. I've always liked going up there when I was in, high school and got my driver's license. I wouldn't take the North Ogden Divide very often, but it's a nice way to get there. The other way, if you follow this mountain down and around, there's the Ogden Canyon, and that'll take you through a canyon that takes you to Pineview Reservoir. And Eden is the city up there. But yeah, if you want to, North Ogden Divide's kind of instead of a canyon, you're climbing up the mountain. And then if you go up there, you have trails to climb all the way up to the peak of Ben Lomond over there. And if you go in that same divide, there's another trail that takes you to the top of this mountain, which is Mount Lewis, which you can't see because of the all the bushes right now, but it's also a good option. Yeah, as far as wildlife up here, we're not gonna run into much other than squirrels and maybe some random dogs, people that people running with their dogs. There's some snakes, but I mean, pretty much if you watch your step, there's pretty much go to hot rocks and sometimes on the trail, but they're pretty easy to see. We do have bobcats sometimes, but I think they're further up in the mountains. They don't really mess with us down here. Yeah, pretty safe place to live. Yeah, Ogden's pretty good, all in all. I mean, there is a little bit of homeless problem in downtown Ogden and some of the surrounding areas, but it's nothing like some other areas you might know. And I think it was a lot worse when I was a kid. And I mean, that's a totally different subject. I mean, some people, I don't know. I don't want to open that can of worms, but I mean, it's definitely something you gotta deal with. But yeah, let me just turn around here. Look at that. Can't beat that, can you? I think I'm gonna run up on a family here. I'm gonna turn around so I'm not ruining their hike. But there's the blazing hot sun. There we go. Yeah, no, sorry. I think I was just walking up on. You keep going and it runs into a canal. This road, this trail kind of runs along a canal. And I think, I've never followed it all the way down, but I think if you keep going, you can get over into the North Ogden Divide. And I think it just keeps going. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I've never got that adventurous. I've climbed up Mount Lewis, I want to say twice. Never done the Ben Lomond Peak, but probably have to do that. Maybe I'll take you guys with me. But yeah, next time I'm gonna have some more notes laid out for you guys. so we can have a little more to talk about. But yeah, I mean, just feel free to comment, give me a call. Like I said, if you're looking to move to Ogden, if you're already here and want to buy, like, you know, I've got a good team of lenders that I work with. They'll help you get qualified, you know, get your credit and pre-approval and all that scored away so you can get into a house. If you're looking to move up, a lot of people, as long as you didn't buy, well, I don't even want to say that. Oh, you know, if you want to get in your second home and you think you got enough equity to flip it into a bigger house, now's a pretty good time, I think. From what I've seen, the price per square foot's really tight on the entry-level homes. Like, it's really high just because there's a big pent-up demand of all these people that haven't bought, that are waiting for a market crash. You know, just the expansion of the what are they, Gen Z, XYZ or something now? Those guys are getting older. That's a big group that's buying houses. Shoot, I don't know. It just seems like the price per square foot on the kind of entry-level 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes, it's pretty pricey compared to the price per square foot that I've been seeing on like second houses or just a house for someone with a little more money or a little better career, you know. But typically your entry-level house is going to be that 3-bed, 1-bath, 3-bed, 2-bath, you know, 1,200 square foot home. And you know, they do seem pretty pricey to me. I mean, I bought my first home here in Ogden in 2015 at $107,000. That same house now would probably be around 330, 360 maybe. That's kind of where most entry-level houses are right now in Ogden. North Ogden, probably probably put 30 grand more on that price, maybe 40, more or less. But I mean, this kind of stuff you guys can all look up. I mean, you guys are all familiar with, you know, these websites like Realtor and Zillow, and they're very helpful as far as looking for properties, and they have really good user interfaces. Our MLS websites are good as far as getting more accurate information. So if you have like a specific house you're looking at that you want to get, you know if it's still for sale or if it's just got a sign up, feel free to reach out. I prefer not to just get inquiry questions. Obviously, I mean, everyone and their dog has no problem wasting their realtor's time, which it is what it is. I get it, but yeah, but like I was saying, yeah, that second home I think is a really good buy right now. I've seen the price per square foot, you know, I mean, relatively cheap. The sticker price on it might not look cheap, but compared to you know, the price per square foot on the entry level, where there's a lot more demand and a lot more pressure as far as just, I think there's just a lot more people that are qualified for that range, with where interest rates are so high and everything. There's just a lot more competition. So if you are trying to get into your second home and you want something bigger, more property, it's a good chance to look into that right now, I believe. But I mean, it really depends on if you guys are ready to make the move. I don't think it's ever worth getting pressured or rushed into doing something, but yeah, if it makes sense to you, I mean, you know, give us a call, let us know, and we'll just get you cracking on it and just get you rolling. But yeah, like I said, leave questions, leave your hate mail, tell me what you like or don't like about the videos. I don't know, whatever you want. just like I said, keep it respectful. I mean, not towards me, just in general. Don't. I don't want to have to babysit the comment section, but yeah, if you're putting out of hand comments, I'll just have to probably just delete them. I don't know if YouTube does it on their own or what, but I'll go through, try and respond. But obviously the quickest way to get a hold of me is just sending me a text or a call. Like I said, it's 801-644-2210, and I'd love to help you out. And just let me know what area you want me to check out next time. I'll probably get over the camera shyness and talking around other people, because I'm gonna have to start recording in areas where there's a lot of people as well. But it is what it is. These smell so good. These sagebush. Just love how they smell. Anyways, well, guys, take care. Remember that you know, don't believe everything you see in the media. I feel like, I mean, this ain't real estate or Ogden related, but it seems like there's a lot of pressure out there to make us all hate each other and think everyone's like just a bunch of turds out there. But I don't think that's true. And if you think about it, really, like, went to a monster truck, went to Monster Jam with my kids on the 4th, and just think about how many people were there. I don't know, a couple thousand, I don't know, I just make a guess. But you know, and you get that many people together, and if we were all these just boneheads, like everything's kind of painted, you know, people would just be like fighting each other and trying to do all sorts of stuff to each other. But honestly, it was just a bunch of grown adults and kids trying to have fun and enjoy a show, you know. And I think that's a lot of what's going on, you know. Unfortunately, yeah, there's some bad stuff, and it feels like we're kind of getting a pinch, you know, economically and all that, as far as I think just the average American worker, you know. It's just all his money's getting siphoned off of us just to, I don't know, just to kind of feed whoever. But I don't want to make this a political channel or nothing like that. But I mean, keep your heads up, guys, ladies. Just keep working, do what's best for you and your family. I mean, keep safe. Obviously, be aware that unfortunately, there is a group of, seems like pretty unhinged people out there, unfortunately, that are doing a lot of bad stuff. But I think the fortunate thing is they're in the small percentage of what's out there, and I think at the end of the day, most people are just trying to do what's best for their family, and I think that's what we all need to just do. And you know, I don't know what, honestly, what would kind of move us forward as a nation, or whatever you want to call it, or small groups. But I think just lock in with your group, your family, your friends, and just work hard, uplift, do the best you can do to make your situation the best you can. And I think that'll kind of just lift everyone around you. But anyways, what do I know? I'm just some guy walking in the trail with a camera and almost 100-degree weather, so take it for what it is. But yeah, you guys take care. Like I said, reach out if there's anything I can help you with. I'll let you know pretty quick if I can or not. That could be kind of a little too, I'm pretty direct. I'll just let you know if I think something's a good idea or a bad idea. But anywho, take care, guys. Hopefully I'll try and make this a weekly thing, and then after that bi-weekly, and just kind of ramp up. And yeah, well, take care, guys. And this is I guess is the name of our Bonneville Shoreline Trail. Anywho, take care. See you guys. Bye.